Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Okay, I'm back. Welcome to another episode of the Angelique Show. I had to do a little quick test, and I want to make sure everything came out clear, and I hope everything comes out clear in this one too. Welcome back to another episode. Did I say that? Oh, I said that the first time. Okay. Now let me just relax. I have some things on my mind, and before, I want to start my show by saying I'm sorry I haven't been able to do a show lately because I wasn't feeling well and my voice was sounding sick and pitiful, and now they want to come back on my radio show, so I'm like, they gonna be like, girl, you better go lay down, come back to us, you might get y'all sick through the mic. You be like, so we was listening to Angelique show, we got sick through the mic, sick through the speaker of my computer. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I wanna, because I haven't been on in a while, I want to let some people know, maybe you new to my show, what's going on. A lot of times my shows is unscripted. A lot of times I write my notes down. Today I was so busy getting prepared for this show is because this is an important show, and I don't want to come on, sounding ridiculous, because, this is why y'all love me, because I come the way I come. You know what I'm saying? I talk about things on my show most people have heard, thought about before, whatnot. Maybe this what you was thinking, or whatnot, or maybe you see things going on. A lot of times what people do is they see things going on, they'll speak up on it. So me, Angelique, I'm the person showed I'm gonna speak up on whatever is whatever, because I don't like to be tricked. And one thing about me being tricked and fooled is I don't like to I know Satan is quite cunning out here, and me personally, you ain't gonna trick me, Satan. I'm sorry, I'm not Angelique, and some things happen in my life, and when things happen in my life, I question those things, and I don't just sit back and let somebody, no preacher, nobody come tell me nothing, because Angelique, she like, I'm an investigator. I'm going to investigate this matter right here, and I don't like to be coming off like a fool, but I'm going to tell you, Angelique came off like a fool one time, and I had to think about this, and it stayed in the back of my mind. Now, let me explain some things to you about me. And I might be about to repeat myself, and I like to tell everybody some things about me so they'll know where they getting their information from. You can't just come on nowhere. Don't nobody know me to be listening to what I'm saying. I'm this new voice, this new person out here. I read this Quran, and I get messages from this Quran, and I pray for real 5 times a day and be pissed. Like when I come on my administration, I be pissed. Most people like, shoot, I get to take a break. I used to have that, shoot, I get to take a break. Nah. Forget a break. I don't want to take no break. I'm scared not to make salat. I want to make salat. If I can make salat through my administration, I do that, because, that's how close to Allah I want to be. Now, I'm coming up now. I'm going to tell you some things throughout my Spreaker show. You know how I come in, I break in, I get into a conversation. I look at y'all like y'all my best friends. And then we at my show is about a metaphorical bus stop. And I'm trying to get everybody come sit in this bus stop with me so I can tell y'all some things that I learned and how it's affecting my life and how it's the same things affecting your life if you a Muslim. See, my show is for the Muslims. My show is for the people that want to be rightly guided, and we can't be rightly guided when we got people out here playing with our salvation. And the main entity playing with our salvation strong on top of their GAME game is Satan. Now you messing with my game, Satan. We playing the game. I'm playing the game. It's a game called life. You ain't gonna mess with my game. I'm trying to win my game. Satan all on my back like white on rice. Well, hey, you know what, Satan? You got the right one right here, baby. You got the right one right here. And I'm not gonna let my people, hey, I'm just gonna put in your ear what I feel is correct. when it come to Islam from me studying and maybe other people studying too, because hey, we trying to be saved out here. We tired of people playing games with our spirituality. They got all these different religions out here, and I'm trying to back my religion up, and my religion is Islam, and I'm trying to show y'all where Islam is the true faith. But at the same time, we got the game players, and I'm gonna tell you who the game players is. We gonna get all off into that really soon, Now, what I'm about to say, a lot of people they eyebrows gonna be raised. I don't care nothing about your eyebrows raised. You can't make or you can't break Angelique. This what Angelique gonna do. Now, if you don't want to do what Angelique gonna do, you continue to do what you gonna do. But I'm gonna try to talk you into doing the right thing, because all these people out here been doing the wrong thing anyway. It's about time we get on our right thing. We gonna get on our job. We gonna play this game of life. We gonna win this game, end up in paradise, and shame Satan. We're going to let Allah shame him. He going to be shamed. You ain't going to about to take me down, Satan. I'm sorry. So let me tell you something about me. When I was little, my mother used to have me, me being an only child for a long time till I was 12. That's when my little sisters came. Camilla and Camila came into the picture. And them was my babies, But before my babies came and I started putting Pampers and playing with them like baby dolls when I was young coming up, my mother, she was one of she's a fabulous mom. You know what I'm saying? She just was fabulous. So she put me in my room and I be in my room by myself. My mother would bring me. First, she started off, she taught me my ABCs and things before I even enter school. So I'm advanced above, the classmates, but I had a problem, and my problem was I was diabetic even as a child, but I didn't know I was a diabetic. But I would go to school and I would try to be learning, but after breakfast, I'm Angelique sugar up. So my sugar high, I'm dozed off on the desk. Teacher like, Angelique, you need to get some sleep at night. I'm like, but I do get sleep, but I didn't know I was a diabetic. You know what I'm saying? So it slowed my learning process down. Now, when I turned 20, I think I was 21, 22, I lost a baby because my diabetes, and that's when I found out I was a diabetic. And once I found out I was a diabetic and I was able to take my insulin and be more alert, now my study game is on top. I'm on top of my study game. But let me back it up a bit. Regardless of the fact, when my sugar was normal or whatever, when it wasn't elevated, I'd be in my room. My mother would bring me books to read. And one thing, she would always give me things to occupy my time, because I was the only child and I'd be in my room a lot, and she'd be having company or whatever, and I'd be in my room and I'd be in there doing something like crossword puzzles, seek and find. I done did books and books of seek and find words, and that teached me how to know these words. And I would be looking up these big words and be like, that's a weird word. Let me look that up. Because my mama and my teacher was like, Angelique, if you ever come up with a word, you don't know what it means, you look that word up. I'm like, okay, cool. Give me a dictionary. I live by the dictionary, right? So now when my mother, I'm doing these puzzles and these riddles, and I love jokes and stuff, and I'm knock, knock, who's there? And I'm coming with wait a minute, don't tell me the answer, let me figure it out. Shoot, I love me a riddle, but let me tell you something about loving riddles, loving puzzles. To me, this what got me into, when I start really studying about my religion. Religion is a riddle. Religion is a puzzle, a puzzle. And this world we living in is like a riddle. It's like a puzzle. I got to figure this thing out when everybody else ain't trying to figure out nothing. Angelique on top of her was showed, I'm about to figure this out. I want to know why I'm here. I want to know who the creator is. No, I want to know who the real creator is. Don't give me no, it's God, it's Jehovah, it's Jesus. No, bump that. I want to know the truth. I want to know the absolute truth, because, hey, I believe there is a heaven. and I believe there is a hell. I was raised on that from my childhood. So if it is the truth, I want to find out it's the truth. If I'm just gonna die and be in my grave, I want to know that. I mean, hey, nothing gonna happen. I'm just gonna die and be in my grave. But that's not the facts, you know. Okay, now I got some things I'm gonna say about that, but I'm gonna wait till I get to that point in my presentation. Today's show is called I Want to Be Guided the Right Path. Okay, now I got some things right here I'm gonna share with y'all, and a lot of this I'm gonna be reading. These are the things that I wrote down to study. That I studied to figure out these things, and I'm sharing some things with you that I've learned, and I want to show it to you how it, from me reading the Quran. And I'm gonna tell you first off how I got interested in this subject. All my life I read, when I've been not all my life, but from the point where I became into Islam when I was 12. My mother, she came to me, she said Allah is the creator, blah blah blah. Previous show, go listen. That's how I became Muslim. And let me see, what was I about to say? And let me think, what was I about to say? Okay. When I became Muslim, my mother, she came to me, she said, Angelique, you a Muslim? I said, okay, I'm just going to take my mama's word for it. But as I got older and I started researching, oh yeah, this is what I was about to say. See, I just jumped back in my brain. Okay. When I started studying about Islam, I got into it, and the computers and things went out, so I was reading books, and a lot of times I ain't had no money to go buy no book to learn more and more and more of this, because but when the internet came out, I started getting to learn some more things. But I always heard about the hadiths and stuff like that, but I really didn't know about the hadith. All I was going by was strictly what my Quran was telling me, and I knew how to make salat. That was it. That was my life. Salat, Quran. I got me a little book, say this book show you how to make salat. And plus I had stayed in a Muslim community once in my life, and they taught me a lot, and I learned a lot through that. But a lot of that stuff I've forgotten. A lot of that information I have retained too. But when I have my kids and I do my salats and I read the Quran and I try to fast Ramadan and stuff like that. But then I hear, okay, went about the hadith and whatever, but I never had the books on the hadith. So I really wasn't going doing no hadith. I was just strictly to what Allah said in the Quran, the best of my ability. So now, I lately, I get on the computer and I get to study and I get to read, and I'm like, wow, that hadith, woo, it's like, wow, okay, I'm feeling it. But at the same time, I start realizing I'm quoting stuff from the hadith, and then I can't remember if I got it out the Quran or if it was some hadith, and I be like, and Allah said this, and then I be saying some stuff, and then I be like, wait a minute, Allah didn't say that, that's the hadith. And it was confusing me. So one day I was talking to my husband, and you really got to be careful on some of that stuff that I was really reading out this hadith, and I'm thinking, one thing, and this is what made me really start studying this Quran on this level, because this month of Ramadan, I'm sitting up here and I'm praying, and I'm like, shoot. And I'm like, now this is why the name of my show is called I Want to Be Rightly Guided. I want to be guided the right path. Because one of my favorite verses in my prayer is Master of the Day of Judgment, that Fatiha. And it is Bismillah Rahman Rahim. It is you we worship, and upon you we call for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those whom you have blessed, and not those against whom there is anger, nor of those who are misguided. And that really, when I say that to Allah, I'm like, show Allah, you got me. And I'm doing my fast, and I'm like, man, you better guide this one. Because this one love you right here. You better guide me, Allah, for real talk. I can't